Mannheim and his company AESC Commercial Roofing are our anchor sponsor for PREP4PRO. He's been an avid supporter of the programme, and his son Jesse is one of the pioneers to go from the US to the UK academy system at the tender age of 13 last year. In the words of PREP4PRO founder John Roach, Lee is a visionary and a confidant of the PREP4PRO team who is helping us again with our UPSL team. Today we spoke with the Mannheim family on the PREP4PRO experience, living abroad, sponsorship, and finally, what it's like to let your child go and pursue their dreams. I'll just start by speaking with Jesse. So what has the experience been like at PREP4PRO for you?
It's been, I don't want to say life-changing, but life-changing. I mean, if you would have said like a year ago, like you'd be going to England, you wouldn't be in America anymore, you'd be away from home, I wouldn't believe you. He's given me this awesome opportunity.
He went to Ackworth last year, ready to go to Russell School.
Right, okay. So, well, how do you feel about that?
I feel great. I feel like it's a really good change. I feel like the intensity of the football is just a lot. It's very high.
He doesn't go back until September 1st.
So is there anything that you think that you'll miss in the US when you go, or is there anything you have been missing?
Yes, definitely. A lot of the food. Being home.
Yep, absolutely. I think for you, Lee, it would be really interesting to talk about how your sponsorship came about. So what started that and what made you decide that it was time to be a sponsor for PREP4PRO?
Jesse was training with PREP4PRO, and we believed in the system, believed in John Roach. Mm-hmm. and liked what John was doing with PREP4PRO, trying to help the kids in our area get to the next level, and bringing all this talent to his camps. We liked it. Stephanie and I decided that's if we could help them and do some sponsorship, we would do that.
As a sponsor, what would you like to see for the future of PREP4PRO, especially after COVID?
I think they're in the right steps. They're moving forward. They're doing whatever they can. I couldn't say I want them to do more, because they really can't do more.
So what has been the real highlight of being a parent within the program?
Watching him grow and having this life-changing, or could be life-changing, event for him going to Europe. He's 14. Not many kids in the United States get that opportunity to go to Europe and play at his age.
As a parent, is there anything that scares you about letting your child go, having to go to Europe? Is there anything that scares you?
No, I mean, his mother might have, she might have a different opinion. I don't think I'm scared. Where they're at in the academies, I think, are safe environments, and I'm not. She may have a different perspective.
We have FaceTime and the video calls. So as long as I can see him and speak to him and know that he's happy and loving doing what he loves to do, and just for him to have this opportunity, it's all good.
So what advice would you give to other parents who are considering the program for their child?
You have to look at, if your child is dedicated and that's really what they want to do, if that's the path that they want to go in, because it's a hard path. We didn't want to let our 14-year-old son leave home so early, especially to go to Europe. But he wants it. That this is his dream, and if we can help along that way and support him in that process, that's what you have to have. But it's a dedication for both the parents, the family, and the child as well. It's not an easy transition for somebody this young.
So when did you start noticing Jesse's talent?
He's always been a hard worker since he started playing soccer at 3 or 4. He's worked. He wasn't gifted as a gifted athlete. He's a hardworking young man who has trained and trained and trained and trained to get to where he is now.
Finally, what piece of advice would you give to parents who are wanting to let their child go abroad but might have some setbacks in their mind or some worries? What would you say to them?
If you're able and fortunate to be able to give them this opportunity, you don't want to look back years from now saying, if I had only sent them, what could have happened? Or it's kind of like you have to not be selfish, and just let them go if you're able to. You don't want them looking back years from now thinking, gosh, I wish I really had taken that opportunity, or regretting not having that opportunity if you're able to.
So Jessie, what's the big dream? What is the future, the long-term goal for you?
Well, as anyone, go pro. I've been doing it since 3 and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So
Excellent. That's a great attitude to have.
Yeah. That's why he's there, and we're doing this journey. He wants it, and whether he gets it or not in the future, who knows? As an American, he has a really hill to climb versus a European kid. The European kid can sign at 13 and go right into the academies. He can't sign until 18. So it's a whole, he definitely has a big hill to climb and get over, but he's doing the right steps, and PREP4PRO has been extremely supportive, and his coaches in Europe have been supportive, and that's all you can do.
So I'd like to thank you all so much. It was such a pleasure to meet you all, and I hope, honestly, Jessie, I wish you the best.
Bye.
Bye.